more details from the Supreme Court of India. What really happened today was that the apex court wrapped the Mamata government and Kolkata police over the RG Kar rape and murder case. Supreme Court has criticized the West Bengal government for mishandling the RG Kar rape and murder. The top court pulled up the state government over the timeline of postmortem and the registration of the crime as an unnatural death. Now, making some scathing observations, the court said there was a delay in registering a natural death case and lodging an FIR in this matter. Submitting its status report on this case, the CBI has claimed that the crime scene was altered, tampered with, and that there is a cover-up. The CBI further revealed that an FIR was lodged after the cremation of the victim and that the family was earlier misled by saying that it was a case of suicide. Meanwhile, Supreme Court said that no politics should take place in the matter and directed the West Bengal government to not act against peaceful protesters. Supreme Court has also debunked the 150 mg semen theory in the case, directing Kolkata police officer who registered the first entry about the rape murder incident to appear in the next hearing to disclose the time.
Because our difficulty was we entered on the 5th day and thereafter, before that, whatever was collected by the local police, we were given, and our investigation starts, that is itself a challenge by itself, because the scene of offence is altered. FIR is registered after cremation at 11:45 night. First, the parents are informed that she is not well by the deputy superintendent. When they reach, they say that she has committed a suicide. Thereafter, they say that it appears to be a death. Fortunately, the young doctors, the colleagues of this deceased girl, victim, they insisted that we want videography, we want this. This is suggestive that even they were suspecting some cover-up.
That once the doctors, we hope, resume duty, then we will prevail upon the authorities not to take any adverse action.
Yes.
But they must first come back to duty for the simple reason, otherwise the people who need the services the most are deprived of their services. That's the only concern. How does the public health infrastructure run if the doctors don't resume work? That the committee would hear all stakeholders, including the Resident Doctors Association. Of course, not 30,000 doctors, but a representative.
One pardon application.
Right. And appointment can be given to them when the committee assembles, so that the committee can, because your stake is very high and your inputs are very valuable. So please assure the resident doctors that we were now passing an order that the committee will give them a representative voice in putting forth their grievances, their working conditions, so on and so forth.
When you are taking the dead body for the purpose of performing post-mortem, is it a case of unnatural death or not? If it is not a case of unnatural death, why do you have to perform the post-mortem?
This is a case.
Just. So that you can respond to it.
Sorry.
There are so many questions.
Yes, I agree. I'm
coming in our mind.
Right.
And we have the best of the assistance
Yes.
in your form. When you start performing the post-mortem, that means it is a case of unnatural death.
No doubt about it.
Post-mortem starts at 18:10 hours.
Yes.
It comes to an end at 19:10 hours.
Yes.
What was the idea in registering UD at 23:30 hours? This is something which even the Criminal Procedure Code doesn't prescribe.
Yes, exactly.
The entire procedure which has been followed by your police, police of the state, it is something which at least I have not come across.
Yes.
In 30 years of my...
I know.
Kanu is getting in more details in that story. Kanu Sarda joins us from the Supreme Court, where the matter is being heard. The next hearing on the 5th of September. Kanu, take us through the details of what is now expected, or rather what is slated for the 5th of September, when the court resumes the hearing in this case.
Well, Sneha, the court has posted the next date of hearing as September 5th, when it will also pursue the status of the CBI probe into the entire investigation done so far by the CBI. The polygraph test result will also be out probably by that, because the ACJM is required to pass the order on the CBI application of conducting the polygraph test by tomorrow 5 p.m. So this is the deadline. But a clear direction from the Supreme Court, or clear appeal from the Supreme Court to the doctors who are on protest and strike, is that justice in medicine cannot go on strike. Chief Justice of India went on to state that if judges stand outside the court, can they really do the justice in this case or not? So similarly, lakhs and lakhs of doctors who are protesting on road should rejoin their duties back, and let the the healthcare system should not suffer because of that. So this is a clear appeal, but also a direction from the Supreme Court to all the colleges and all to the hospital administration, that not to take any coercive action against the doctors who are on protest, because some of the associations have complained to the top court that their leaves are being marked because of that. So the court has protected them and said that no adverse action will be taken against them. But the court also requested the striking doctors that to resume their duties back, because it is the healthcare of the nation which is actually suffering because of that. CGI went on to state that people take appointment for their treatment 2 years in advance, and if a doctor goes on strike on the day when the appointment is there, how do you justify that? So clearly, the Chief Justice of India clearly appealing to the striking doctors again that they should resume their duties back. And Supreme Court has also asked the NTF, the National Task Force, to engage with all the stakeholders associations, the resident medical associations, or the doctors associations, who want their views to be heard, and their concerns over the safety and security of the doctors in the hospitals who work for 36 hours at a stretch. So that needs to be considered. So NTF has also been asked to engage with these kind of stakeholders. Also a direction from the top court that the Union Health Secretary will meet with the Chief Secretaries of the state and the UTs and the state DGPs over the security of the doctors, and give some kind of relief to them as to what can be done on their safety and security of those doctors, which are being raised time and again. The Supreme Court has also during the hearing saw many doctors through their lawyers have approached the top court, saying that they still fear, they have still fear in their mind, they can't join the duties back in such kind of atmosphere. So Supreme Court has asked the Chief Secretaries of the states and the DGPs to raise their concerns with the Union Health Secretary. Union Health Secretary will convene this meeting in a week's time, and the implementation will be done in 2 weeks' time. Back to you.
Right. Kanu, I'm going to thank you for the moment, for getting us up to speed with those details, summarizing what happened in the Apex Court today.